everyone, Jen Mulford here from Zone Conditioning and Cycle Zone Nutrition. If you are not part of my closed women's only Facebook group, if you'll just go on Facebook and search Cycle Nutrition, you can join us there where we talk about food for the mind and the body. And I'm happy today to bring to you my top list here of things I do that have helped me stay sick visit free for the last 7 years. Yes, so I turned 47 this year, and my last sick visit to the doctor was literally the week before my 40th birthday. So I have a little protocol that I typically follow anytime I start feeling like something's coming on. And I live here in Middle Tennessee. This past week, our kids were actually out of school. They shut down the school for almost a week because we had so many kids out with the flu, and teachers, I assume, out with the flu and illness and strep and things like that. So these things work for us, they work for our kids, they're all natural, and these are the things that I kick into gear every single time I start to feel coming on. And so far, so good, right? So here we go. The first thing I do, and a lot of this is going to go against what you're going to feel like doing, but this isn't necessarily what you feel like doing, it's about feeling better. So first, I want you to go dairy-free. So I'm not saying you have to be dairy-free all the time, but when you start feeling the congestion in your head, go dairy-free. We want to get out the inflammation, and that's one of the first places we can do that. And speaking of inflammation, another place you can get a lot of bang for your buck is reducing or getting out gluten completely. So even if you're not gluten-free all of the time, when you're starting to feel bad, and I mean you feel that little first tingle, come on, this is when you kick these things into gear. The other thing you're gonna knock out or take super, super low is sugar of any kind. So yes, I'm talking about bread, I'm talking about biscuits, I'm talking about anything, your pita chips or wraps or whatever, anything that would have gluten in it, sugar in it, and any dairy. So you're gonna wanna knock that out. And here's the thing, a lot of us are like, oh, you're taking away my favorite things. Well, I'm not asking you to take it away forever, although it would probably be helpful. But I'm asking you, when you feel that tingle, come on, if you really wanna avoid getting sick, this is what you'll do. All of those things help to reduce inflammation in the body, and all of them we know for a fact are inflammation causes. So knock those down, take those low. What can you take up? What could I have more of? The best possible thing for you to have more of is something like bone broth. So you're feeding the body, you're giving your body nutrients and a lot of good things that it needs without overloading it with a lot of food and overloading your digestive system. So we're gonna allow any energy that the body does have to move towards healing, not move towards having to digest a lot of food. So increase your bone broths. If you wanna put a little bit of like mushrooms in there or something just so you feel like you have some substance, that would be great. I will drop below a link to a bone broth that you can get if you'd like to have one that has a little added boost in it. Eat more colored veggies. So get lots of color, eat your greens. This would be the perfect time to eat some kale. It has all kinds of vitamins and minerals in it that you need while your body is trying to heal. We want to get some organic berries and things like that in. So what am I saying? I'm saying living foods. While your body's trying to heal, give it vitamins, give it nutrients, give it some living foods, something it can do something with, and are not going to take a whole lot of energy for your body to use and digest. When we're feeling sick and we go to those things that are our usual comfort foods, because what do we want when we're sick? We typically want the things that are worse for us. I was talking to someone the other day and she said, when I'm sick, the first thing I want is macaroni and cheese, dairy, gluten, sugar. It's all the things I just said. So not only are you already sick, you're taxing your body even further to have to deal with those foods. So let's pull those foods out of our diet for just I'm telling you, if you do this for about 24, 48 hours, you can avoid getting the full on illness many, many times. especially sinuses and things like that. Those of you that go through periods of time during certain seasons where you have really bad sinuses, all of this would work well for you to do during those seasons. If you usually take vitamins, I know a lot of us are not great about taking your vitamins. Make sure while you're ill that you're taking your vitamins, or as soon as you start feeling it, take your vitamins. I'd really love you to eat those vitamins, but let's also get some extra, get everything we need. Those of you that follow me and drink your ketones, when you start feeling bad, that's not the time to fall off and quit eating or quit drinking your ketones. Yes, I know most of you are drinking those ketones because they are amazing for fat loss, but let me tell you something. They're amazing for many, many other things. They will help your energy. They'll help your brain. They will help all of these things that are trying so hard to work when you're getting sick. They're trying so hard to kick in and help you to feel better, because let me tell you something. Your body truly, truly is wonderfully made, and it is ready to heal itself. It's just waiting for you to give it the proper environment. You're the gatekeeper. You decide. So whether you're going to push your body into more illness or whether you're going to help it to recover and get better is up to you and what you allow in. Finally, I'm going to tell you a couple things. If you're near, like us here, our friends over at Juice Bar, go over and get your juice shots. They have some pretty potent shots. You could do a shot and it helps. They have an immunity booster, and I know just about anywhere these days has a juice bar or something like it near you. Go use that. It is, and everyone's saying, these are, yeah, Jen, I'm going to spend money on these things. You're going to have to spend money on your copay too, right? So go get some juice and drink it. If you're not feeling like eating, that's one way you can get in all of those nutrients. And last, I would want to say one of the things that I use a whole lot, and I don't sell these or anything, but I'm going to tell you, phenomenal to help you stay healthy is using essential oils. If you need someone for essential oils, I have somebody actually in my family that does sell them, and I know most of you at this point probably know someone who does. But like if I start feeling that tingle you get here in your ears when you know something's coming on, I put some there's a couple of different oils you can put on. I know that I put oregano on a cotton ball, and I'll put oregano on a cotton ball. I'll rub some of the respiratory blend on my chest, and I'll rub some respiratory blend in like a buff, like a running buff, the things you pull up over here, and I'll put that in there and just sit and breathe that. Meanwhile, I'm drinking bone broth. Meanwhile, I'm resting. Key, that you get some rest. But there you go. Those are my top tips. If you want to knock this out or help your kids knock it out. But let's be honest, you want them to go back to school, right? So knock out the dairy, knock out the gluten, knock out the sugar. That'll help you knock out the inflammation. Increase, which by the way, bone broth helps decrease inflammation. So let's drink some bone broth. Get in your colored veggies, get in lots of color, lots of organic berries, red peppers, kale, freshness. Try and stay to organic, especially while you're sick and not feeling well. If you typically take your vitamins and drink your ketones, don't stop doing it because you don't feel well. I know a lot of times we do. Make sure you're doing those things just as religiously as you would when you're not sick. Your body needs them even more right now, not less. And don't forget, those ketones do so much more than just fat loss. And if you don't use essential oils, I highly recommend that you do. Those help me so much when it comes to my sinuses and respiratory. So find someone you know that does those, and there you go. And drink juice. That would help too. I try and stick with juices that don't have a lot of added sugar, because remember we said, but at our juice bar that's near us, they have some really great juice shots that are wonderful for when you're not feeling well. Some to help open your sinuses, some for immunity. They have juice drinks that are all green. So your fresh greens, your mean greens that are like your greens, and they have a little jalapeno you needing to open up your sinuses. That would help that. And yes, and they even have juice shots that have the essential oils in it. So there you go. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I hope that you're all healthy and use some of these tips to help you and your family stay well through this sick season and hopefully stay going and doing the things that you love to do. And if you're not on my Cycle Nutrition page and you're one of the ladies watching this and you'd like to join us, just go to the Cycle Nutrition, put in Cycle Nutrition with a PSYCLE, Cycle Nutrition, look it up on Facebook and ask to join and I'll add you in. It's just as simple as that.